Yo, it's another one. Hey, we back again, man. Welcome to the RiSSky Powerhouse Pod. We got an action-packed episode ready for y'all today, man. Got a special guest with me, my boy SHERLOck, man. It's good to see you, man. How you been doing, dog?
Doing good, man. Blessed to be here.
Yeah,
Happy
man.
to be here, man. RiSSky Powerhouse. Y'all know the vibes.
You know it, man. Hey, look, we in here with it, man. Welcome to the RiSSky Powerhouse Pod. This episode 5. You know what I mean? I'd like to thank y'all for all the support again. You know, right now, as we speak, it is 4:44. And
It's a great number.
And we have 543 subscribers. Let's clap it up for that one time. 543 subscribers. I appreciate all the love, man. I appreciate all the support. You know, I'm humbled, thankful, and I pray that you guys, you know, continue to support, continue to share the videos. You know, if you watching right now, you a new guest, you know, subscribe. You know, if you're a returner, love you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, but let's get right into it, man. We had the jersey giveaway and the raffle going. You know, we had some you know, shortcuts coming through. So this is a on-spot episode for y'all right here. Like I told y'all, quality, consistent content. You know what I mean? So, you know, we're gonna drop the raffle next video when I'm dolo. You know, so you know, let's get into this guest right here. Hey, Locke, tell them something about yourself, man. Where you from, dog?
Man, name's SHERLOCK from Richmond, Virginia. Man, 90s baby. Look, know a lot about ball. Hear my man Kendall. About to get on some hot topics.
You
Let's
know
go.
what I mean?
Let's go.
Hey, let them know, yeah, man. So look, COVID been hitting the entire league. You know, it seemed like more and more players, coaches, GMs, you know, staff, everybody is pretty much coming down. If not having COVID, you know, being put into the protocols of the COVID restrictions from the rest of the league. And right now, it's seeming like, you know, it's steamrolling, snowballing to a point where, you know, the league might be in trouble, bro. What you think about that?
Man, honestly, I think that the odds are that maybe we have a little break in the season, maybe in their all-star break, make sure everybody can maybe provide some new protocol, but I think everything will be all right. That's what I think.
I'm not going to lie to you. Look, man, I haven't had COVID. You know, I've been a working man, working class citizen ever since everything happened. I never stopped working. You know, thankful that I had the opportunity to keep my job throughout those situations and all of that stuff. But, you know, I don't want the league to stop, bro. Bottom line is I don't want the league to stop. Hey, look, 2019-20 was a terrible year for me, bro.
Man, I don't even remember.
Bro,
no basketball, I can't even think about it.
Bro, it was no ball from March until September, bro, or August. That was terrible, bro. That was terrible.
I really wouldn't even like to see it with no fans.
But and then when they came back, that was when they came back for the bubble, which was like I think September to like October or something like that. September, October, November.
Yeah. And
then they came back for the New Year and Christmas. So yeah, like the bubble, bro. I don't care if they're in the bubble, bro. If they got to go to a college campus, bro, the biggest campus in the country or something, and you know isolate themselves as just NBA players, bro, getting that check. And they balling, bro. I just want to see them balling, bro. Bottom line.
I feel that. I mean, I just think that the fan aspect definitely has a part in the play, especially when we're talking about home court advantage in the 7-game series.
Yeah.
So I'm in between about that one.
Man, yeah. I mean, it's pretty tough to gauge. You know what I mean? It's such a touchy topic. You know, people kind of stray away from those topics, and you know they try not to, you know, indulge too much in things that get into politics and all that good stuff. But fans in the building, though, they're in the building. So what's the hazard now? Where's it coming from now? Is it coming from when they're in the stadiums, or is it coming from when they on their own time, or what's going on? Like, how can you explain it?
I don't think it's explainable.
My point. So stopping the league is not really gonna help anything, really. You just stopping it so that when you come back again, the same thing gonna be there. The same effect, the same everything.
Yeah. I agree.
So I mean, what make it touchy really is not about how many players getting it, you know, but it's about the players that's getting it. You know what I mean? It was an article that I seen about Michael Kasky Blomane, and you know I'm gonna share that in the video right here. But you know, he was just listing all the players that pretty much had COVID at this time or was in the COVID health and safety protocols. You know what I mean? And bro, the list was hefty. Like when you see this, you see that list, dog. You got what? Levine, DeRozan, Ja, Giannis, James Harden.
It's unreal, man. I can't.
Giannis, James Harden, Dwight Howard, THT, LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier. Come on, bro. There's so many players, bro. So, and that's just to name a few. I haven't even got to the bulk of things.
I really think it's better to catch COVID now. As bad as that sounds, I think we should just. If I was on a contending team, I want to get COVID now, so hopefully I wouldn't get it again in the future.
Right.
Because I wouldn't want it to like affect my playoff chances.
Right.
I don't think they'll be canceling playoff games unless maybe a Bulls situation comes about. And
10 players, bro. They have 10 players out right now.
then that's kind of mandatory. That's mandatory. I think it wouldn't be fair. But if you're missing maybe one or two key players, yeah, you'll be at a disadvantage. You might not
perform at your highest availability.
Yeah, but the game goes on.
Bro, it goes on. That's my whole thing. Bro, no matter what happens to your team, that's just a part of the story, bro.
We've seen it in other leagues. Keep players out, the game goes on. We haven't seen it in playoff moments yet. This is all new, but
bro, it's getting bad, bro. So yeah, let's man, it's a touchy topic. Like I said, I just want to see ball, bro. I just want ball to keep going.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
And two of the hottest teams, three of the hottest teams last night. There were only 3 games on last night. And what's the odds that the 3 hottest teams in the league all played last night? Tell me that ain't some luck for you. So James Harden was in the health and safety protocols. LaMarcus Aldridge, Bruce Brown, just to name a few of the Brooklyn Nets that were out. If I'm not mistaken, I think they had 6 or 7 players out total. However, KD went out there and put on the show. He put the team on his back again.
Yeah.
Show what he can do. Patty Mills, if I'm not mistaken, he gave him 28, 30 points. Gave him 30 points on 50% from the field, 50% from 3.
Product of the Spurs.
Let's piggyback off of that. Let's elaborate on that. Who your team, man?
San Antonio Spurs, man. I know it's not looking good right now, but we gonna hang in there.
Let them know.
The 2000s, we had a good run.
Great run.
We just looking for somebody to carry us right now. We got the young bulls in there. We'll see what happens. I'm optimistic about it. We ain't switching up. Spurs Nation, let's go. Let's go.
All the Spurs fans, man. Let's get my man some hashtag Spurs fan. Hashtag Spurs, bro. Some fire emojis, man.
Go Spurs, go. Go Spurs, go.
Turn my man up. There. But yeah, back to the Brooklyn Nets, man. So yeah, like we mentioned, James Harden and a few of the other players for the Brooklyn Nets were out on health and safety protocols, and Kevin Durant basically was tasked to carry the team, and once again he didn't come up short. He didn't disappoint. He did everything in his power to lead his team to a win. When you see what Kevin Durant is able to do out there, it's just pretty much nothing less of spectacular, nothing short of spectacular. He creates so much space for his teammates, especially since teams already knew that he was pretty much the only lethal threat on the court. They sold out to try to get him the ball out of his hands. But somehow, some way, they got the game to overtime. They closed the fourth quarter after being down big at the top of the fourth. Like I mentioned, Patty Mills gave him 30 points on 50% from the field, 50% from 3, and also 50% from 75% from the free throw. However, Kevin Durant was the win all or win nothing player for the Brooklyn Nets last night. I know Patty hit some big shots, man, but Kevin Durant gave you 34 points, 11 assists, 13 rebounds. Come on. And when you look at what he offset, he offset some great production from the Toronto Raptors last night. If you was watching, man, Toronto Pascal gave him 25, over 50% from the field. Scotty Barnes gave him 23 points and 12 rebounds, over 50% from the field. Fred VanVleet gave him 31 points, 9 assists. 10 for 23 from the field. And Gary Trent had 25 points on 9 for 19 in an overtime game. And they got little to no production from their bench. However, their starters combined for a lot of points. And Kevin Durant, man, he just did it, man. Every starter for the Brooklyn Nets had double figures. Blake Griffin, Nick Claxton, Patty Mills, Duke Jr. But it was 4 rookies that played last night for the Brooklyn Nets, and 3 of them that haven't got minutes all year. And Kevin Durant, he galvanized the floor. Big salute to the man Kevin Durant. Big salute.
And to think about it, this man is doing this after an Achilles injury, man.
People forget about it. People don't talk about that as much.
I can't think of a player that came back from such a serious injury and had this much success playing this efficient. It's different, man. Shout out KD.
The boy KD, man, he definitely is an alien. He definitely is an alien, bro. I think that's the best description for him.
I think he's one of the few players that actually is good enough to have the Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, see, it's nothing wrong with being
Who
aggressive
else?
when your team needs you.
That's
but
a
the
fact.
problem is when you being aggressive at the expense of your team.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
But he
KD could have shot a little better last night. He could have shot a little better. But I mean, I don't really care. I'm just saying. He knows that too. He could have had 50 if he shot a little better. Again,
he just had 51. Nobody is talking about the 51 that he just had the game before versus Detroit.
And the first thing he told your boy Cam Thomas, that's light work. That's
Oh, yeah.
light work.
Oh, yeah, that's light.
That's light. Come on now. Shout out KD.
Shout out KD. And listen to what this man's saying. Listen to the standard that's put on KD. KD shot 12 for 29 last night, which isn't the best, but considering that he was double teamed all night, the Toronto Raptors was selling out pretty much to make sure KD didn't beat him. 12 for 29, that's a good game, bro.
And if you were watching it, if you would have seen the double teams that he was getting,
11 assists.
come on, man.
Come on, dude did everything he could.
Decision making.
But yeah, man, y'all enjoy these photos, man, from last night. It was a big night for Stephen Curry. The man did it. 5 for 14 from 3. And he only needed 2 to pass the record, Ray Allen's record for 3-pointers made. Congratulations to Wardell Stephen Curry on the 3-point record, man. He's about to push this record so far. It's going to be one of those John Stockton type of records, I think.
I see Trae Young maybe catching it if he stays healthy.
Not efficient enough. Not accurate enough.
He shoots. He has enough attempts. I feel like if you put up enough shot attempts, and eventually you might get there.
I don't think Trae
if
Young's
he stays healthy. If he stays healthy.
I don't think Trae Young's the guy. He's not efficient enough, and he's unselfish.
I don't think he's good enough to have the success that Steph Curry's had. But
I'm just talking about straight threes. I'm just talking about straight threes made. I don't think Trae Young have the capability to reach Steph Curry. That's just my opinion.
Maybe. I mean,
think about Steph.
He definitely needs to work on his catch and shoot. We've talked about that in the past where he's kind of one-dimensional in the aspect of his scoring. He has to have the ball to score. He doesn't really do much off the ball.
Too small.
With that being said, maybe. I just think that he has health on his side because Steph Curry missed a lot of games early in his career.
No, that's a misconception.
I mean,
that's a misconception. That is a big misconception.
Maybe.
It really is when you go back and look at it. Matter of fact, let's get the numbers for the fans, man. For the fans that's listening, for the fans that's watching out there, let's get the numbers on all of these discussions we're having, just so we can have a little bit of facts to back our arguments. Just good, healthy conversation.
Make it accurate. That's fair.
Steph, his first season, played 80 games, then 74. He played 26 games his third year, which is the dagger that you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But then he goes 78, MVP year, 80, unanimous MVP year, 79. The second year with KD,
but do you see
51.
Do you see the attempts that?
That's what I'm saying. Curry never shot less than 40% from 3, except the season he broke his hand, bro.
Okay, percentage wise, but look at the first few years of his career.
He took about 5 threes a game.
Let's compare that to Trae. Let's compare that. Because I think Trae had to be shooting at least like 6 of them a game.
Right. But you also gotta remember though, like Steph first 3 years, 43.7%, 44.2%, 45.5%. Like Trae,
different.
Trae is holding up 39% right now as we speak.
Yeah.
And this is his career high.
And
he never shot 37% from 3.
What year is this for him again?
Year 4.
That's good. It's about that time.
Yeah, he's
young.
Yeah, he is definitely 23 years old.
He's just starting to understand how to pick and choose. Last year he had a good playoff run, so he got a little bit of that experience playing against players that are really contending.
Right.
So now that he can pick and choose this early in his career is only going to benefit him if he stays healthy.
Agreed.
If he stays healthy, he has to stay on that floor.
Yeah, so right now Trae Young's averaging 7.1 3-point attempts a game at 39.5%, which is great. However, his career high before that was 9.5 attempts on 36%. So Trae Young, his first 4 years is averaging 7.1 attempts at 35%. Curry, his first 5 years was averaging, and Curry missed his third year too. His third year was the year that kind of hurts him. Yeah. But still, if we just go straight up, he was 5.6 attempts at 44.5%. So Trae at 7.1, 35%. So he got a higher total, definitely.
Yeah,
he definitely got a higher total at this point. But Curry
and that's all I'm saying. But either way, I don't think it really matters much in the legacy of shooting because of his effectiveness. He has to win some games, man. He got to get him a ring playing the way that he does, shooting that many threes. And early on in his career, people forget about those long threes that he used to take. Affected the game so badly that he has to pick and choose like he is now. He'll be the only defender back on those long rebounds that can't stop a wing player coming in. He can't really defend that well, especially at his height. Again, somebody slashing coming downhill at you.
See, that's second level ball right there that a lot of people don't like really dig into.
Yeah, especially if you're not watching the games. You gotta watch the games.
So for all y'all ESPN game watchers and y'all just watching the stats and y'all screaming at me like y'all watching the game every time somebody score, y'all need to kill yourself.
Stop it,
please.
Stop it.
Y'all need to get y'all eyes on the court, bro. Cause I watch games, bro. I watch plenty of games, 4 games a night.
Already, I slip sometimes, man. Sometimes.
Yeah, we all have our days. It's too much basketball. Games come on every day. See, this is what I like about basketball more so than football.
Mm-hmm.
Every single day, nonstop. Whether it's trades or just straight drama. Somebody lost last night, won the night before. Mm-hmm. You got a game that day, like it's games every day. Football,
a young guy put up some big numbers.
A player you haven't heard of coming through 10-game streak of averaging 15 points. That's exciting. You know what I mean?
And winning.
And then you got like football. Everybody unload on one day.
Yeah.
And then you talk about it on Monday.
Yeah.
And then on Tuesday you talking about that one game that was on Monday. And then the rest of the week you waiting on Sunday again.
Yeah.
Take that back. They just put Thursday night. You see, I'm old school.
Thursday night, Monday night.
Yeah, I'm old school. We want no Thursday night football. So I'm still making my argument based on, what it was way back when. But still, man. But another interesting game, man. Big shout out to the boy Steph Curry, man.
Best shooter ever, man.
Best shooter ever, bro. They beat the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks been slumping. They 12-16 right now. And I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year, honestly, bro. Last year, they was closer to the bottom than they was to the top. They had the 4 seed, but people got to realize it was a lot of injury. It was a lot of different things that factored into them getting that 4 seed. You got to look at the whole story. Like, they was closer to the 10 seed than they was the 1 seed. Like, the New York Knicks didn't make any moves that made me feel like they was going to definitely make a push like they got better than last year. You know what I mean?
Do you think that they could benefit from moving Kemba Walker?
No.
Like get anybody for him?
I don't think he was the problem. I think they overachieved with a lack of talent last year, and they thought it was gonna work again.
Yeah.
Like when you look at the Hawks, talent that overachieved last year, you can look at their group and say all of them about to get better. Like you're gonna get individually better. You're gonna get individually better. You're gonna get okay. We got our MVP candidate player right there. Boom. Yeah. He's gonna make the plays. John Collins 28-9. You're gonna get better. Clint Capella, you probably gonna give me the same thing you've been giving me the last 2 years, but that's decent. Give me that 14 points, 13 rebounds, 13 points, 15 rebounds. You know what I mean?
I think their run was a little bit more. I think their run was a little bit more lucky. Like, who expected Ben Simmons to play like that?
I'm not saying that they're run, but I'm just saying when you look at their team, like one of them was the 4 seed, one of them was the 5 seed. When you look at their team, just disregard the run. Just look at, okay, they made the playoffs and they made the playoffs. They both lost, right? They're not a championship team. But if you had to pick one of those teams to get better just off by staying whole, which one would you pick? I would pick the Hawks.
I pick the Hawks.
When you just look at their young, they got a lot of young talent. Then you got veterans like Lou Will, Clint Capella. You know, you got a couple of Solomon Hill sprinkled in there. And then
to Trae Young's credit, he's a true point guard.
Bro, he's an MVP candidate level player, bro.
Yeah, he's looking to pass.
Definitely 9.5 assists a game.
Respect.
So
Respect.
Yeah, I mean with the Knicks, I think the Knicks, I think they should be a team that's buying. I think they should try to make a move, maybe move a quickly, maybe move a Obi Toppin to try to get a better player, bro. Get some better players in there, bro. I mean, I don't know what they could possibly do or get, but I think they should be looking to try to get something. Try to do something to get better.
And that was my whole reason for asking, do you think they could benefit from moving Kemba? Because if they're not going to play him, it's not like he's not worth anything. You could get a young wing defender. That's what they like. They like wings. And then they like bigs.
Kemba making $8 million a year. He easy to move, really. You take Kemba with a pick, you can get a young player.
That's something.
You know what I mean?
That's something. You feel me? Preferably a vet.
Buddy Hield.
That's a lot. I don't know about all that.
I mean, the Kings just want to pick. If they just want to, if you can give a Kemba a first and a second for Buddy Hield, would you do that? Or if you had to take Buddy Hield and Bagley, would you attach Obi Toppin to that deal? So you really just need a first and Obi Toppin.
I'd honestly move De'Aaron before I move Buddy. I know what I'm getting from Buddy.
Ooh,
I know what I'm getting for Buddy.
De'Aaron been slumping all year though. He haven't really came out of that hole yet. He had a couple good games.
I think a change in environment could change how we perceive him. Like if he moves to the
Knicks?
Come on now, and that's what they're missing. That's why I take the Hawks.
De'Aaron gonna be their D Rose.
Exactly. That's why I take the Hawks over the Knicks just because they lack a true point guard.
Facts.
That's the whole thing. They missing a point guard. If you want to have a winning team, most of the time you need somebody that's going to facilitate
that offense. Yeah, yes, sir.
Every time. So that's a good move, actually.
Hey man, let's swing it over to the last game of the night last night, man. The Phoenix Suns versus the Portland Trail Blazers. Damian Lillard and Chris Paul was battling it out. CP ended up getting the edge on them. You know, Dame had 31 points, but he took 31 shots to get it. So, you know, it was a tough night for him. You know what I mean? But CP, man, 24 points and 14 assists, man. What a night.
I watched some of that game, and
I watched the fourth quarter.
Honestly,
had to go to work.
CP3, man. He's just the best point guard I've seen in a long time, man. Dude. Forget a long time. He's just one of the best point guards now, man. Let's appreciate him for what he's doing now. Dame has his thing, but I saw him make a lot of bad decisions down the stretch. Especially I remember it was a play. He took the drive. He should have kicked it to the corner wide open. I forgot who was there, but either way, make the right pass. He waited, tried to get a layup. They double teamed. They made the rotation to the corner, turnover. Then it was a pull up three. I think it was it was a big play from Cam Payne.
Right.
I think it was 2 turnovers in a row, actually. He cooked them. And that was a pivotal point in the game. And then also, people, if you weren't watching the game, you might not have seen this. Dame missed one free throw down the stretch. And then Norman Powell missed a free throw down the stretch. And they didn't close the game out as a team. I think it's time to move somebody, bro.
Hey, it been time. It's too late, though. CJ got a fracture. Well, he got a punctured rib. Or a collapsed lung, or whatever the case was. What was it, a collapsed lung?
Yeah, collapsed lung, but it's probably from a rib injury.
Bruh, dude, they should have made the deal when they made it to the Western Conference Final. They overachieved that year. The stock was high. They should have made a deal, bruh. They should have made a deal. And Dame, because we already knew what the team was.
At this point, I just can't feel sorry for Dame anymore.
I'm weak.
I just can't.
I don't feel sorry for him.
Nah.
I don't feel sorry for him at all. I like him as a player, but I mean, if he don't succeed, championship wise, I wouldn't really discredit his greatness.
I mean, I think I wouldn't discredit his greatness, but he would go on like that.
He'll just be one of those great players of the era. Like he's not a Steph Curry, he's not a LeBron, he's not a KD. That's fine. Somebody got to be the second tier. Dame, you can be the best player in the second tier.
I think at the position. Let's say we're just comparing them at the position.
Well, he's definitely for his era. No less than 3. If you put Chris Paul over, if you go from 2010 to 2025, let's put 15 years on it.
Yeah.
Steph Curry, Chris Paul, Dame, and then you'll probably go Kyrie, right? Kyrie will be next.
regardless all that, I definitely agree with that, but it would take for me to really think about it to.
In a couple more years, Trae Young got something to say about that, though.
Exactly.
By the time we get to 2025,
Exactly.
Trae Young, he got something to say about that.
And then on top of that, bro, I think CP3 just widened that gap. Regardless of, let's say CP3 doesn't get a championship, Dame doesn't get a championship. Right. Without a doubt, CP3 is a better point guard, regardless of how many. Yeah. No matter what.
Bro, CP got more accolades and he got better numbers. Yeah, Dame averaged 30. It's more than just scoring. Like, people just look at it and say, oh, well, Dame averaged 30 points and 5 rebounds and 5 assists. Okay, well, CP averaged 18 points and 11 assists and only 2.1 turnovers. And he shot 50, 40, 90 almost.
But see how people could rebut this in the future is like CJ McCollum isn't a catch and shoot type of guy. So his second best scorer on his team doesn't let him get assists. So people could like get skewed with the numbers there. I see how like in the future there could be some arguments.
Bro.
But I'm telling you now, there's no argument.
D Book not a catch and shooter. Shea Gilgeous not a catch and shooter. James Harden definitely not a catch and shooter.
That's a little arguable. I mean, D Book has a deeper bag, but
he can catch and shoot, but he's a rhythm scorer.
Don't forget he was in that 3-point contest.
He's a rhythm, but he's somebody that got to really feel that ball. He definitely got a pretty shot. But these dudes that CP have played with recently have been rhythm scorers since he left the Clippers. The last catch and shooter he played with was JJ Redick. Yeah. Starting at the 2. I'm just talking about the starting 2 guards for the teams he's been playing with. James Harden recently, Shea Gilgeous, D Book, and JJ Redick. And before that, who was his 2 guard in New Orleans? Do you remember?
I don't.
I don't remember who his 2 guard was. Jared Jack there? He was a backup point guard anyway. Even if
I remember he had David West.
But he was a power. Yeah, I remember David West.
David West.
That's when he made his name.
On his name.
That's how David West got paid in Indiana. He got paid in
tough.
Indiana because he was tough with New Orleans. Yeah.
And I think didn't he get a veteran championship with the Warriors too?
Yes, sir, he did.
So I'm saying he's a good player. Man.
Yes, sir, he did. Man, closed that career out perfectly. And people forget he was out of Xavier, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. And David West was the top player in his class.
Is he from North Carolina?
I don't know what state David West from. I know he went to Xavier.
Okay.
But yeah, man, another player that had a great game, man, was DeAndre Ayton, man. That number 1 pick, no D Book, no problem. DeAndre Ayton, 28 points and 13 rebounds, 2 steals. I like to see a block. You played 45 minutes. I like to see 2 blocks.
The thing about DeAndre Ayton has never been his scoring. Ever since he came out of Arizona, we knew he could score. We knew he had good touch around the rim. We knew he could finish.
Yeah.
But can you play defense, man? Because there's a chance that you're going to have to see.
You're going to have to play defense at that 5.
Man, you might have to see Giannis again. And what I saw last year, man.
That boy got raped.
Sheesh.
But I don't expect. I think that's just bad coaching, though. I don't expect much from DeAndre Ayton when we talking about Giannis. Like, because Giannis do that to everybody one-on-one.
But I just feel like most of the time, your objective as the biggest man on the floor, playing the 5, is to protect the rim. That's why we see KD getting dunked on all the time, because most of the time he's the tallest person on the floor.
Trying to block.
And he has to jump. You got to protect the rim. Of course, there's differences in that, but DeAndre Ayton, he ain't come in as a power forward. He came in as a true center.
Right.
So the standard for me is a bit higher. Like, you got to protect that rim. I know you can score the ball. Protect that rim. He ain't a power forward. Don't be an AD. AD
protect that rim though. Yeah, AD be forcing the issue for that rim. That's definitely a fact.
In the past.
But yeah, man, that was a 3-game slate last night. That what's the coincidence that all 3 of the best teams in the league played last night for us? That's a good night right there.
Yeah. It was a slept-on night. I kind of like it when it's a little busier, but it was a good night of basketball.
But I like it when there's a lot of games because you can change over to this game. Okay, this is a blowout. Okay, I can switch over to this 5-point game real quick. Check out this game. Okay, they just won. Okay, I can flip it. Yeah, I do like it when there's a lot of games. I do.
But actually, man, you're right. You gotta appreciate last night.
And then Curry get a
record.
2 overtime games.
2 overtime
games. The Clippers
games.
and Portland went overtime.
And a record. Come on, man.
Can't beat it.
Appreciate it for what it is.
And all the great players played great last night. Kevin Durant, Curry got the record.
Yeah.
CP. No D Book. No James Harden.
Yeah, and to see him close the game out.
Might as well throw him in there. No Clay. Might as well throw him in there. I mean, you could throw just for the narrative. You got anything you want to say about any of these teams, man? Milwaukee, what you think about Milwaukee? Giannis and COVID protocol. They 18-11 right now in the 3 seed, behind Chicago by 1 game. They behind the Brooklyn Nets by 2.5 games.
I kind of feel the same way about Giannis being out as Harden being out. I think they both need some rest. I think it could be beneficial to the Bucks supporting cast. Especially, yeah, and especially so they can play together because we know we getting out of Giannis every time.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, the bench needs to get better. They need to get that chemistry better. I know they've been dealing with injuries themselves, but they got some new players in there from last year, so they need to play together more. So I think it's beneficial for them. And with Harden, that's my guy. I think he needs some rest them legs. Hopefully he can get some shots up in the gym. Hopefully he can, come out a little bit more fresh with a little better first step, get to the All-Star break. Hopefully he doesn't make the All-Star team. I don't think he deserves it, but whatever. You know what I mean? That's my guy again, but get some rest and come back more efficient. Come playing better ball the second half of the season.
Definitely.
That's my opinion.
What you feel about, the Lakers started off slow. They had a couple of upsetting losses and people thought they probably should have won. They definitely should have won. But, since LeBron been back, they've been 5-3. LeBron averaging 30 points on 50%.
Shout out LeBron, man. This man has been going crazy. He got Player of the Week, right?
He got Player of the Week, yes, sir.
Come on, man.
He still got to do. It's a shame that he got Russ and AD, and he still got to carry. Even though AD didn't play, Anthony Davis hasn't played the last 2 games, so LeBron he's been putting up bigger numbers with bigger because he's been having more opportunity on the court.
Putting the team on his back, gotta respect it. I still don't like the Lakers right now. I know you said that they can't move Westbrook, but something has to happen. They got to split somebody up. Melo needs more playing time. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they need to move the coach. I just don't like what's going on all around the board, except for LeBron, man. Shout out LeBron. Keep doing your thing, bro.
Dude been working, but, in my opinion, starting off slow kind of hurt him, but I feel like they need to just stay pat. I think they should just stay pat. And because what's happening is, look, this is what's happening since they've been winning.
Tough.
They've been winning games, and they've been losing games. They lost games early that we thought they should have won without LeBron, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they lost a couple games with LeBron that you probably said you should have won. But one thing we know about LeBron-led teams that when he's healthy and he's there, they build. It's a slow stir. And if you get to the All-Star break and you the 4 seed, they right there at the 4 seed. They have opportunity for the 4 seed. Carmelo, he 4th on the team in minutes. He playing 28 minutes a night. He playing the only person that plays less minutes than LeBron, AD, and Russ is Carmelo and THT. Those are 2 next minutes. So Carmelo getting the minutes. He's scoring as well. Like, don't get me wrong, Carmelo is doing this thing out there. 13.5 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 0.7 of a steal, 0.6 of a block.
Yeah.
And you gotta appreciate that from the 37-year-old. You know what I mean? Another thing about the Lakers though, we know LeBron, he's a slow start. And another thing is the narratives. Since they started off slow, their overall record seems like they're worse than what they really are. Really, they're the 6th seed. They're 15-13, and they've been 5-3 in the last 8 games. You know what I mean? 1 win streak puts them 1 4-game win streak, 3-game win streak. They haven't won on a win streak all year, so they just need some consistency. That's what I think they need: consistency in Atlanta. I think they need some consistency. Now Taylor Horton-Tucker out, Dwight Howard out, Malik Monk out. So now LeBron about to go out there with Wayne Ellington, Avery Bradley, Austin Reeves, DeAndre Jordan, Kent Bazemore, Rondo. He still got a decent team. Don't get me wrong, but it's still no Anthony Davis. So it's about to be the LeBron show again tonight.
Man, I think he's playing around some good shooters. I think it's slept on right now.
He got some shooters. They got Dallas tonight. No Luka.
The bench isn't deep. If they could get Dwight Howard back, that'd be good. And I could see them winning a lot of games with just that. With good chemistry. Maybe. Bring back AD. I just don't see how Westbrook fits into the equation.
Bro.
What do we want him to do? We have
a point power forward, bro. Listen, explain this.
A short one at that.
This is what Russ is for them. Russ is a suited up Bruce Brown role, bro. I was having this conversation with a friend of mine, and he laughed when I said this, but I said this is the role that Russ is about to play for LeBron James. One thing we know about LeBron James, he hunt mismatches. That's what he does on the floor. He slow the game down. He hunt mismatches. Yeah. He score on small people. Bro, if you got Russell Westbrook setting the screen and diving, right? You got AD at the 5 and shooters spread with Melo, Wayne Ellington, Malik Monk, whoever on spread. If you got Russ setting the screen, who's helping when LeBron drop his shoulder? A guard.
Yeah.
So rather if LeBron want to get some energy and just post up and sit on the guard knowing a double team going to come and just get it to a shooter, he can do that. If he want to just get to the rim, he bursts to the rim, it's a guard coming up for the switch. Or if they try to get over it, LeBron hip, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand.
Either way, he can get to a spot.
That's what Russ going to be for them, bro. Russ is going to be, he going to set screens for Brian, cut back door. He going to shoot probably 3 threes a game just because. Yeah. Just because. But I still think Russ can be, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, something like that. His efficiency been through the roof lately. He's shooting 42% from 3 and 52% from the field over the last 6 games. I don't think he's going to keep that up, but I'm just saying. That just lets you know that LeBron give you better opportunity. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. When LeBron on that floor, things are different. They 5 and 3 in the last 8, and in the last 7, Russ shooting crazy percentages that he haven't been able to shoot all year with the ball in his hands. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just think they're a little guard heavy.
They are. They are. They be having lineups with LeBron at the 5.
And that's not if Russell Westbrook was a more tenacious on-ball and off-ball defender, I think that'll make up for his inefficiencies on the offensive end. And it's like, bro, if you're not gonna be scoring at a high clip, you got to play defense hard. And I just don't understand why he doesn't. And I like him, but bro, just be wilding. I don't get it. Hey, man. And then you can't really trust him in close games with decision making all the time. Of course, we've seen him do it, but
you can't trust him at all. But that's why LeBron there. As long as LeBron there, he neutralized what Russ do worse, and that's had the ball in his hand all game. But like he would shoot 25 shots. He would turn the ball over 6 times, 5.5 times.
We got Rondo too,
but Rondo is ass.
But he's good for the playoffs for sure. We know that he can come in situationally in the playoffs and run the bench team. You feel what I'm saying? Like.
Bro, Rondo is ass. Like,
nah, bro. Hall of Famer, bro.
What, bro?
Potentially.
We don't have time for that. We don't have time for that conversation, man.
Nah. But for real,
but Rondo is done, bro. He was done 2 years ago, bro. When they won the championship, was his time to retire. Really,
we know that he can't play the whole season, but
he is done, bro. Like Rondo is done. Like
for real,
bro. He's done. This is what he did. This is what he did in the last. Tough. This is Rondo's last 4 seasons, dating back. Well, his last 3 seasons, dating back to the championship. They won. He averaged 7 points and 5 assists off the bench for 48 games in the year the Lakers won the championship with LeBron and Anthony Davis. Yeah. He went to Atlanta and accepted the 2-year, $15 million deal because the Lakers were offering him a minimum. So he took the mid-level exception in Atlanta. Yeah. He averaged 3 points and 3 assists off the bench in 27 games.
Yeah, and look.
He got traded to the Clippers, averaged 7 points, 5 assists, 5.5 assists in 18 games. Yeah. With the Lakers right now, he's 3 points and 2 assists. Okay. He haven't played 50 games, bro, in 5 seasons, bro. He haven't played 50 games in 5 seasons, bro. He's done, bro.
I hear you. But what's his plus minus in the playoffs? That's what we need to look at. Because it seems like every time he's on the floor in crunch situations with a bench team, they come out on top. They get that extra boost off the bench. Somebody that they can trust when your star players are need some rest, like LeBron. Like LeBron, we already know his usage rate is going to be through the roof in the playoffs because they need him. Definitely. So the moments when they need him to sit down, and we don't need somebody like Russell Westbrook to have the ball. He had the ball in Rondo's hands. Somebody that we know that's been there already, that's had success multiple times now.
Yeah. Well, I I feel like every loser a loser till they win. Just like Anthony Davis, they trusted him with the clutch three. He was a loser when he took that clutch three in the conference finals and made it. You know what I mean? So I mean, with Russ' biggest deficiency is turning the ball over. That's his biggest deficiency.
As a point
if
guard?
he don't, exactly. But LeBron is the point guard though. That's what I'm saying. LeBron gonna control the ball, bro. That's why they've been closing out games better. That's why their third quarters. If you didn't know the stat, the Lakers was the worst third quarter team in the first 15 games, bro. They was the worst third quarter team, bro. They was getting outscored. I don't know the exact statistic, but I watch Spectrum Sportsnet, you know, after the Lakers games sometimes, and James Worthy and those guys. But I remember them stating that, you know, they were the worst third quarter team, and since LeBron been back, that's been different. You know what I mean? That's the control of the ball. That's control of the pace. That's understanding the moment. Things that Russell Westbrook is not good at. Understanding moment, time, situation, calling plays, setting up plays, not running a 1-on-4 one man fast break and turning the ball over and looking at the ref for a foul when you just went up over 4 people.
Yeah. And my point to that is, like, I just feel like everybody on the floor has to have something that they can give. So if we need Russell Westbrook to play as a shooting guard, I just think that he's not giving and contributing as much as he necessarily could in comparison to other players, man.
But you got LeBron, though. You don't need Russ to average 23, 10, and 10.
But we need the floor to be a little space because you're not going to be getting... Look at how they're officiating now.
Right.
So in the playoffs, it's going to be crazy physical. You're not going to be getting those calls. We need LeBron to stay healthy, and we need him to be able to duplicate big performances down the stretch over and over and over again in 7-game series when the teams know what you're going to do every single game. So I think that just being able to space the floor, like, man, somebody, unless Russ is going to come out playing strap defense, get the best player on the floor, shutting them down, I just think that it's just not valuable to the team on a championship team right now. I hope he steps it up, but I just don't know.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, man, over the course of the last 7, you know, he's been trending up. So, you know, the lower Russ numbers go, the more effective he is within winning. And that's just what it is. Like, he averaging right now, he at 19.8 points. He's finally under 20 points a game, like I predicted before the season. Yeah. He's at 19 points. 8.5 assists, 7.5 rebounds, and his numbers gonna continue to fall. His efficiency is going to continue to rise. He's shooting 45% from the field, 32.5 from 3. The free throw is terrible, 67%. However, one thing I
can't get fouled at the end of the game.
One thing, but their whole team is bad free throw shooters. Really, LeBron, AD have regressed as a free throw shooter, even though he's still pretty good. He's not as good as he once was. Like, AD used to be an 83, 84, 85% free throw shooter. Now he's like 73, 74, 75. But LeBron, Russ, they both high 60 percentile free throw shooters. But man, Russ, yeah, man, it seemed to me like he's buying in because of the presence and the power that LeBron have on the court. Like, when LeBron's standing on the court, like, it ain't like playing with Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal is a dominant player. Like, Bradley Beal is a commanding player.
Yeah, for sure.
But he don't command the ball. He don't command the space. He don't command the defense. Yeah. Like LeBron does, bro. And Russ had a 9-point game, an 8-point game, back to back. If Russ had a 9-point game in Washington, the next game he's shooting 28 times. No matter who on the court, no matter who, he trying to make sure, I ain't scored double figures last game. We lost. Okay, I need to make sure I get 25. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He had a 9-point game and an 8-point game back to back last week. That's showing me he trending and then the game after that, he had 19 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists on 50% from the field. He did not take 1 3.
Respect.
So it's understanding, you know, he still gave you 5 turnovers, and 6 turnovers in those 3 games. So his deficiency is always going to reign supreme in terms of showing up.
That's crazy, man.
But when you look at the other things, he's not trying to dominate the floor in the other ways. Like, that's what Russell Westbrook's biggest deficiency was, bro. Forcing the issue. I gotta get my points. I gotta get my dimes. I gotta get my rebounds. Sprinting over the floor where a cockroach.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta dumb that down. You gotta LeBron get the rebound, walk it up. Pointing here, pointing there. Russ,
Set it up.
Russ, you're not about to sprint up the floor. No, you can go over there. Okay, now the screen coming to you. Boom, now come get the ball, Boom. It's stuff like that just get the offense going. You know that LeBron do better at.
Yeah, more poise.
You feel what
more
I'm saying?
Experience.
But yeah, man. I hope they trend in the right direction. We all know I'm a LeBron guy. I'm not shy to admit that. But you know, I feel like they're trending up. You know, LeBron making his MVP case. He's starting to make his case. In the last 7 games, I want y'all to look at these numbers. I got a picture I'm showing them. But yeah, man, if y'all look at those numbers, man, y'all will see what LeBron been doing for the last 8 games. The Lakers are 5-3 in the last 8, and you know if they get a win tonight versus Dallas with no Luka, you know they'll be 6-2 in the last 8. You know what I mean? Or they'll be 6-3 in the last 9. So I think they're trending up, man.
Man, I think LeBron might get player of the month.
He might. He just might, because they was terrible before he got there, and now they 2 games over 500. You know, they're making their way. They basically making their way to that 4 seed, bro.
Yeah, I think he only had 1 game that I think that he could have played a lot better in.
Memphis.
No.
It was Memphis.
It was Memphis.
They lost to Memphis.
Okay, yeah.
He only took 15 shots. He had He had triple double. But I remember that conversation that night.
That's the only game, but it seemed like right after that he turned up.
Even before, I was telling y'all in the chat the whole time. Look, we got this group chat, y'all. And these dudes be screaming at me, and I'm trying to tell them, they're like, LeBron need to be more aggressive. This is what I be talking about. I'm like, bro.
It was me.
I said, bro, dude had 30 in 5 of the last 7 games. He took over 23 shots in 4 of the last 7 games. Dude is being aggressive. Like, he's not going to shoot 25 shots every single game. He's not Kobe. Tonight he shot 15 shots. Could he have been more aggressive? Yes. But he had a 20-point triple-double. Like, look at what he's been doing. Don't just take tonight and make that the end-all, be-all. Look at what he's been doing, bro, over the course of the last week and a half, 2 weeks. And that's the trend.
This man LeBron didn't score a point in the fourth quarter.
Versus Memphis. He didn't.
They went into the fourth quarter down by 7, lost by 13. He only took like 2 shots. He had 4 assists. But hey, it doesn't matter. He went on to the next game, went crazy. So shout out LeBron, man.
So
shout out Bron.
Man, so yeah, tonight we got a long game, a long slate. You know, got Minnesota, Denver, Charlotte, San Antonio, New Orleans, Oklahoma City, Indiana, Milwaukee. Like I mentioned before, the Lakers got Dallas, Miami, Philly, Atlanta, Orlando, and Houston, Cleveland. Man, we got 7 games, 8 game slate. So you know, a lot of good basketball. It's 5:30 p.m. We out here chilling. Want to thank you for coming to the show, bro. Know what I mean? My man SHERLOCK. We out here at the RiSSky Powerhouse.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Y'all already know it. Y'all will see me later.